apologize. Women lie, on God, numbers don't. Started talking power moves. That's right, when she got ghosts.
That's how the South was able to come up. Them guys had the unity amongst each other at one time, right? They going through their shit now, but they had the unity and they took over. So I feel like that transpired. I also feel like in hip hop, part of the reason why streaming and the streaming platforms took over and radio took the back seat now is because they was gatekeeping too much, bro. There's too many hurdles and obstacles you had to go through to get on the radio. And I really think they were so busy blocking that the new generation said, okay, we're gonna just go over here then. Because they couldn't get on the radio. Getting on the radio is damn near impossible. You know what I mean? Not to mention Payola and all the sucker shit they was putting artists through, you know, that you had to go through just to get on the radio. But I really think that's why streaming became so powerful and the streamers are running the game. Shout to Akademiks. I don't want to not.
It's not just that. It's also the behavior of the consumers. People stop listening to the radio. The radio has edited, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be the real version on the radio. People was going to satellite radio. They going to YouTube, as we on YouTube right now. Streaming services came out. So it's really about the access. It's not just about the artists. Like, people are blaming the artists and the DJs and the system. Those are a real thing. Those things happen. But also you have competition. When competition happens, people naturally are going to gravitate to whatever is cheaper, whatever is better for them, for the consumer. It's not just about the person that's putting something out. It's about all the other options. When you have other options, people are going to flood that. So the market is going to always change when new things come out. We got AI now. Music is changing. It's always going to keep changing because new technology is going to continue to happen. That's it.
But shout to all of the streamers out there. But Akademiks is one of the guys who I feel like he did what he was supposed to do. And part of the reason why they were able to capitalize and be at the front seat of the game, I think Jay-Z just did an interview the other day and he said, yo, the DJ is not at the forefront anymore. And I love all my guys out there, all my DJs. I got love and respect for y'all, so I'm not shitting on y'all. But I am keeping it a buck right now. Some of y'all were making it too difficult for artists to get support from y'all. Even when y'all knew niggas was on fire, artists.
I agree. I definitely agree right there. I do believe that DJs was making it difficult, but I don't think that they were the ones that had the power to make it difficult or not difficult. I believe that it was the system intact that was around them. They was trying to secure their job. These people have a job. They're not bosses. They're employees. So they're working for somebody else. They underneath somebody else. So y'all running up there thinking, oh, this person's hating on me. And sometimes they might have been if they were spinning at certain clubs where they had that power. But if it's the radio, bro, them dudes ain't got the power on the radio like that. They just don't. So you barking up a tree that they don't control. It's not their company. They just working there. They getting a check.
Killing it. I'm talking about touring, doing shows, making dope records. Y'all still was being difficult for them to get support and get on the radio. And that's why now, y'all niggas took the back seat and the streamers is running the game, bro. Real talk.
Well, I mean, what you said about this being the worst era, I mean, there is some evidence behind it because if you remember, in October 25th, 2025, it was the first time in 35 years that no rap songs appeared on the Billboard Top 40. 35 years. And overall, hip-hop market share decreased something like 24%. So hip-hop is not on the charts anymore. And from my point of view, the reason is because, look, no one could deny that hip-hop is youth-driven, right?
Well, I hear you, but I don't like when people put it all on the youth though.
It's not all on the youth.
I don't like when they do that either.
But every superstar in hip hop started out as a young artist.
But some of them had their biggest success when they were older. A lot of them.
Yes, you have you got the 2 Chainz of the world and so forth.
Right, so two things could be true, right?
Some of them, then he said a lot of them. I think that would be incorrect. I think most people had their biggest moment in the beginning of their career. Most, not all.
Change the world and so forth.
Right. So two things could be true, right? Two things could be true. Like what you said, it may be youth driven, but some guys, the superstars, really took off when they got older. So
You look at most of the people, most of the big artists, usually 20s, early 30s at the highest. They really achieve their superstardom. Most times, 90% of the
Correct. Yeah, I don't know what Papoose is trying to say right now, or if he's just trying to fight ageism. Sound like he just got a problem with people talking down on old rappers because he's an old rapper. You know what I mean?
time. You rarely see someone that gets hot for the first time in their 40s.
for the first time, yeah. Well,
For the first time.
I don't
Almost
want to
never.
encourage a guy to be, you know, a senior citizen and try to start a rap career. I think it's some truth to what you said. You know, you kind of got to start at least when you're younger, and then if you grow old, you age like fine wine. If you're one of those guys, you can keep going. I do disagree when they base everything upon the youth. When you have an artist in the studio, and you got somebody who comes in there and say, "Oh, but is the youth gonna like that? Is the kids gonna like that? Oh, the kids don't want to hear that." Like, bro, the kids not the only ones on the planet, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think why his rap career tanked, because he's trying to rap for older people. I guess he's trying to rap for the more matured minds. I guess I don't know. I'm not understanding what he's trying to say, but yeah, hip hop is a youth thing. It's a youthful thing. Like the youth push hip hop. It's always been that way from the beginning of hip hop. It's just how it works, bro. It's the younger dudes. You know what I mean? When you start aging out, they like, yo, this old dude, I don't want to hear the dude spit no, but like he's too old for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear this OG kicking no knowledge. It's just how it works. Unfortunately, I'm not saying it's the most, like it's the best system. It's kind of ignorant, but it's how it works. And then you even get older people who don't want to hear another older person make music. There's nothing special about that. There's something special about someone younger with talent. It just is what it is. It's nothing that we can change because that's what people like. And unfortunately, if you're making things for people to like it, it does kind of matter what people think. The young dudes is getting it popping. They the ones on the charts, you know what I mean? And when you get older, you age out and they say you're not cool no more.
You do have the elder statesmen in the game, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Vlad. Some of the most talented, malicious, vicious, dope, articulate spitters are the older guys, bro. I'm talking about like with that real quality substance. A lot of them are older, but you got some of the young guys, right, who go crazy. I don't like when people try to play the old against the young. That's because we supposed
that's
each
not
one
what I'm
teach
doing. But what I'm saying is that
He said he don't like when people play the old against the young, but he said when you looking for quality, when you looking for substance, you got to go with the older dudes. That's the same thing as playing the old against the young, and you are the old, bro. You're not young no more. You got to keep it a buck with yourself, man. The young is doing their thing. You sound like an old hater that didn't make it. Actually, these young dudes really know what to do. There's very talented young people if you know what you're looking for. And it's not on the radios no more. That radio shit is dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, streaming is what it is now. You got to go to the streaming. You got to go to social media. You got to find people on Instagram, find people on TikTok. It's out there if you're looking for it. If you're not looking for it, you're not going to find it. But I think it's so much out there right now. And there is many talented young people. I'm not one of those older dudes who's like, yo, the young people just, they ain't got no substance. If you look for the commercial shit, of course.
most times when you see kind of the shifts in the culture, there's usually a young person behind that. And then it's a domino effect, it's a ripple effect and so forth. But when you look at all the biggest artists, Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, like all these guys that are big right now, they started off when they were young and they got real hot when they were younger. They continued their streaks and so forth. And, you know, you could say that lyricism isn't valued as much in hip hop anymore, but you can't say that Kendrick's not a lyricist.
Yeah, you can't say that. Nah, Kendrick definitely.
You can't say J. Cole's not a lyricist.
Well, I don't take nothing away from him. I did disagree when he pulled out of the battle.
So you disagree with me on this?
No, I'm saying with all due respect to J. Cole, you know what I mean? Because he did put his pen down, and you gotta respect his pen, right? But when the situation transpired with Kendrick, I didn't approve of, him backing out of that. I gotta say that.
I'm pretty sure J. Cole does not care how Papoose feels about what he did in life. He probably don't care about what I say. You know what I mean? He don't care about what a lot of people say. I agree with him, though. I feel like it was kind of soft for J. Cole to pull out of the Kendrick battle, especially when he made a whole diss record. I definitely agree with that. I said that on this channel before. Y'all can go back and look at that. I think J. Cole was soft, and he should have stood tall on whatever he thought at that moment.
As a hip hop historian, I'd be fake if I sit up here and say that's what it is, bro.
No, I think everyone kind of, when that happened, it was like, man, that's not hip hop. Like waving the white flag after dropping a diss record and apologizing, that was
absolutely whack. But I will say, J. Cole is definitely a spitter. J. Cole is definitely a lyricist, and he's definitely hip hop. I'll say that. Even though I don't agree with him, hearing him talking in interviews recently, I realized that's just who he is. Like, he's more of a nature, go along with type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just loves to be cool and love to be loved. Like, he don't want no problems and no friction. And some people, that's just who they are. He's staying true to himself. So in a way, he's being real. That's just who he is. He don't want no problems.
Not hip hop. That's not hip hop. But I'm saying outside of that moment, when you look at how his songs are structured and what he writes down and how he spits, I feel like he's still a lyricist.
And I want to salute him for his new project, for coming back strong, man. It ain't about how you fall, it's how you get up. So I will salute him, and I agree with you on that. He definitely one of them guys. But in that moment, I was like, come on, bro. I was rooting for you, my nigga. Like, what you doing? The way he spit when he did a record with Benny the Butcher, if he would have came at Kendrick like that, we would have had a whole different battle. Go listen to J. Cole and Benny, and look how.
Not doing that, though. He definitely wasn't doing that. He was sad that he even made the one that he made.
So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded, I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime, boom, 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 right? Niggas wanna see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try.
You know what I mean? When he went home at night, he just couldn't stand it. Like, you know, he was listening to that shit back like, man, I don't know why I said all of that. Because now I gotta actually face it. I gotta actually face Kendrick. He ain't want no smoke with Kendrick, man. Not saying that he can't compete with Kendrick on that level. It's the energy that it takes for a battle. Some people do not have that negativity inside of them to actually go through a battle. Like, a battle requires a lot of negativity, a lot of negative energy to be able to go back and forth with somebody like that. And some people, I seen it myself. Some people are not built for that. Even if they're the dopest lyricists in the world, or I don't want to say the dopest lyricists in the world, even if they're a dope lyricist, I seen dope lyricists growing up. There's one dude, he was a dope rapper. He had the punchlines, he had the flow, he was on point with everything. He got into it with one of his mans. His mans was a battle rapper, like a real gritty battle rapper. And I remember I told him, I said, yo, fam, yo, you sure you want to go against this dude? Because he knows a lot about you. That's your man's, and he battle raps already. Like, he battle raps face to face. He get up there, you know, that's a whole different type of arena. If you know anything about that, if you ever been in front of somebody and had to rap to them face to face, that's a different energy than sitting there getting your pen and pad out, writing the lyrics down, go in the studio, rehearse it, spit that verse, then gotta go on the stage and spit that. That's not the same as you going face to face with somebody who's trying to destroy you. And I told him, I remember I said, bro, think about it, please, man. Please think about it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go in front of this man and spit no bars, man. You're not like that. I didn't say that you wasn't like that, but I just said, that's not your thing. He was like, nah, it's cool. I got it. Yo, he came up with the slogan. He had everybody going on social media. Back in the day, this was like Facebook days and all of that. He gets to the battle. He starts rapping. They going crazy. You know what I mean? He go first round. The dude goes second round. He got the crowd with him. You know what I mean? He got a little bop to him. He got them chanting the shit that he's saying and everything. As soon as that other nigga went, yo, it was quiet. It was quiet. And it was quiet for the rest of the 3 rounds. Just quiet. Like he was just roasting, smoking him, because it's a different energy when you battling somebody that got that spirit, that got that dog in them paws. I don't care how much lyrics you got, how witty you are, how smart you are. If you don't have that same energy that they coming with, you're not going to win. I don't think Drake was trash. I think Drake really did the best Drake could do. I don't know if he had a ghostwriter or not, but if you go back and listen to it, it was dope. It just wasn't no Kendrick. That's it. Not saying that Kendrick can make the same type of songs that Drake can make. He can't. Drake makes amazing songs, different type of genres and all of that. But when it came pound to pound to that battle, Meet the Grams, They Not Like Us, just everything Kendrick did compared to what Drake was doing, it was 2 different type of opponents in front of each other. It was 2 different type of people, man. And I love Drake. I actually like Drake's music. Been fucking with him for a minute. I really didn't even listen to Kendrick like that. I'm not going to say that I don't like Kendrick, but I wasn't a fan. I didn't follow him. But at that battle, when that battle happened, I was like, nah. I ain't want it to be true, man. That's how bad it was. I wanted Kendrick to lose. I wanted Drake to get a W, but I had to be real with myself and listen to the lyrics and listen to the flow and listen to what was going on back and forth. Drake lost. He lost bad. Would J. Cole be able to fight that beast that I heard? I don't think J. Cole got that energy in him. Lyrically, he's inclined. He's dope. I just don't think he has that fight in him. I think he would have folded very bad. I think he might have cried. You know what I mean? Some of the shit that Kendrick would have said to him, he probably would have cried. I'm starting to think J. Cole's actually softer than Drake. For real. Like all these interviews I've been seeing, I'm like, yeah, this man is soft. Dead ass.
Crazy he went on that Benny joint. Shout out to Benny too. He did his thing too. But J. Cole, if he would have gave us that J. Cole, whole different battle. I don't know why. He came with the bouncy flow against Kendrick, which is always a mistake. So all my lyricists, never do that, man. When it's wartime, go to your element, bro. That's what I want from you, bro. So I think part of that shit is having yes men around you. Whoever was around him should say, yo, bro, that ain't it, bro. That's not what we want. Because as lyricists, let me tell you a secret.
That's not true. Out of J. Cole's mouth, that's not true. Because at the time when he actually went to that diss record, he actually was the yes man. If we're gonna be keeping a buck, J. Cole was the yes man.
Got the world, and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls.
He was the one that went and did some shit that he didn't feel good in his spirit, in my soul, in my heart. You know what I mean? I didn't want to diss that man. That was the nigga that, you know what I mean? His man was like, yo, you got to get this nigga Kendrick, man. Get this nigga. He out here talking crazy about you. You heard the shit that he said? And you better respond to that. You better make a diss record. J. Cole ain't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. Let's keep it a buck. He did it anyway. And then he regretted it. That's not hip hop. That's not hip hop.
It's easy for us to do that bouncy flow shit. It comes fast. It's too easy. So he kind of took the easy way out.
All right, this is the only thing I gotta say about this situation. Papoose said it's easy for us. How he put himself in the conversation? Like, it's easy for us? I ain't never hear Papoose in my life. I don't know about y'all. I ain't never hear him in my life come with the bouncy flow and really go crazy. He don't got no fucking hit. He ain't got no hits. He ain't got no hits. He ain't got no hits, man. How you come with the bouncy flow and you ain't got no hits? You ain't got nothing commercial. And then the songs that I heard him on that was commercial, even way back when we was even talking about Papoose and he was viral. Yeah, come on, bro. Bouncy flow. You was always off beat. You was always slightly off beat. You was always like slightly a little bit over to the left, nigga. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If we gonna be real here, and I'm sorry, a lot of y'all be saying that Papoose is mad dope. Papoose is dope. I think something wrong with y'all ears too. I think something wrong with y'all ears. To me, he sound like a Remedial Big L. He's definitely not as talented as Big L. I don't care what y'all say, man. He's not on the same type of level as a Big L, as a Niss. There's so many lyricists that I can name before I name a Papoose. And I'm not saying Papoose is trash. I want y'all to get this clear. I don't think Papoose is trash. I just don't think he's nice as y'all think he is. I really don't. But if you're an artist, if you're a rapper and you don't know how to spit on a beat, if you don't know how to rap on a beat or flow properly, to me, you're missing an element. There's always going to be an element missing there if you cannot hear the beat properly. Or if you don't want to hear the beat properly. There's probably a lot of people that don't even want to hear the beat properly. And it's the same thing. You can't be a dope writer. You could be a dope writer for somebody else, probably. Maybe. I don't even know if that translates either. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Because the number one thing is, does it sound good? If it doesn't sound good, then why would we want to hear it? Nobody wants to play something that doesn't sound good. And it's like, the verses was cool, but it was offbeat to me. Who wants to actually do that? I don't know nobody in life that ever wanted to play some shit that was offbeat on purpose. Maybe the new generation, maybe that's how they give it up. But what y'all think, though? What y'all think? Do y'all think right now, do y'all think we have the worst era of hip-hop? Do you think it was 2010s? Let's see. We in 2026. Was it the 2020s? Was it the 2010s? Was it the 2000s? Well, or was it the 90s? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, what era to y'all had the worst hip hop? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make a poll too. I want to make a poll for this. What era had the worst hip hop artists? I gotta really think about it. Damn, do we gotta put the 80s in this too? We might have to put the 80s into this too. I don't even know who was out in the 80s, man. That shit, for me, that's gonna be doing a lot of research. I know the 80s is totally different than right now. Peace, love, happiness, harmony. They was doing the African shit and all of that. You know what I'm saying? We in a whole different world right now.
Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the page and all of that.
To y'all that are new to the page, my name is Youngniss. I'm an artist. I'm a songwriter. I'm a content creator. I'm also a real person just like you. I go through real issues. So I just wanted to give y'all some positivity and let y'all see my real personality for a second.
If nobody's told you before, I need you to know life is about belief, and belief starts with the creator. It starts with God. So in order to see something in reality, to see something happen fast in your life, it depends on how much you believe in it and how strong that belief is. Now, I need y'all to say this, man. Repeat this with me and feel it in your heart. I'm surrounded by endless opportunities with overflowing resources and divine favor. And with the God-given wisdom, discernment, and discipline, I don't just maintain them, I multiply them. Continue to say that. Continue to believe it in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit. And watch your life transform.
Men lie.
Women lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Make sure y'all go get y'all NDL hoodie, man. Get all y'all NDL apparel. I'm gonna drop the link. Y'all see the joint right here. We got the good maroon joint. You see the established 2014 for y'all that know. Numbers don't lie.